it still afterwards.
You were talking about doing some of the resin stuff?
Oh yeah, on this live stream, yeah. Tall guys with best friend. A high-speed hoverboard. Just pick up heaps of speed and just. That's a pretty cool idea.
So
Not catch up. Get a cargo net or hook like they do in Africa for drone deliveries. That's a cool idea. Yeah, that's the plane we're talking about. We did get quite a lot of comments about this guy, and we were tossing it towards each other. So there you go. But we survived. So yeah, so the next go for this one will be to send them properly.
And what were some of the comments that I were talking about with wingsuits here?
What do you mean?
Well, some of the comments that we had over when we were doing the wingsuit series.
Good.
Okay, pretty good, eh?
Yeah, pretty good. Anyway, that's a little side comment before we jump into the actual episode.
Yeah.
But yes, there you go. But yeah, the coaxial one's coming along, and I think that's kind of a cool idea. Is adding a little bit more to the episodes. You guys can join in and add your design elements and improvements to it. I think it's cool. Say says, hey, yes, and I would be more worried about landing that one than landing your coaxial plane. Yes, you wouldn't want to break the propeller. That would be sad. Or Richard's noggin. That would be sad on that one. So maybe we might add a parachute to him. What are we thinking?
He's a wingsuit.
He's a wingsuit. That's kind of how they land. So yeah.
Yeah.
So at the moment, if you want to, we've got 3 live streams running, so you can choose your direction if you're on different devices, and yeah, that's a little update.
Yeah, so what we're doing in the live streams at the moment is we are continuing on with the coaxial RC aircraft that we designed.
Yep.
Just sitting behind me there, which is there he is.
Yep. And then and I think what we'll do is do a little bit of finishing that guy off there.
You're talking about the resin.
The resin printer, just bolting them together. I think that'd be kind of interesting. To bring that along.
Also develop it, get it finished. But for now, we'll continue on. So yes, at the moment we're streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on the vertical feed and of course the horizontal, which is the one that we've been working on to improve most this week. Is all to do with the thing.
Yeah, and give us the thumbs up and like and subscribe and all that stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Harry's just throwing this out there. That's me. But if you hit Richard with that plane, it sure gets the views. There you go. That, you know.
It might get removed. It might get removed. The unsubscribe.
It might get that. What have we got? MNev says, hey. There you go. Hey, dude. And yes. Okay. So what do you reckon? So we're gonna start designing some stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Should be good. You want to start on that part first? Which guy do you want to see? Do you want to see us start designing the legs, or do you want to
see us finish off the last one, which is bolting that
resin printer on?
You guys decide.
You guys decide. Leave it in the comments. Forever says what your hat say? It says our logo, H&R Drone Racing. There you go.
Yeah.
We made them and sewed them on. There you go. And on the back says the front. Yeah. We 3D printed our logo again. There you go.
Designed so we can get the landing gear done.
Yeah,
all
cool.
Right.
Let's do that. Sounds good to me. Let's go and do it. Okay, so mainly it'll be on the horizontal feed if you want to see that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into it. Hey, Richard. So what do we need to do exactly? We'll need some calipers and we'll rip off a leg and we'll start there. That's what it's all about. Karina says, hey. Thanks for joining in. And Happy says, I vote. What have you guys want to do? There you go. Cool, man. We'll start with the landing because that's what it's all about. And if we get that, yeah, we don't knock that too much. Yeah.
So where do you want to start with this? Are we going to use the same wheels? Or we're going to go bigger?
No, the wheel size is pretty good, I think. But what do you think? I'll just change these landing parts.
Because we actually made an insert as well. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I could just change the other camera, I guess.
You can change another camera. Just
bring it down.
Go that one. Yeah. We'll just bring it close so you guys can see a bit better.
Yeah, I'll just change.
Okay, changing cameras. Are you good?
Yeah.
What is he? External. There you go. So there's a wheel there.
Okay, so what we've got is so it's 3D printed.
Hang on, I'll bring the microphone in. There you go.
We've got a 3D printed TPU wheel effectively, and we've made a insert hub, which has got a carbon fibre rod through it, and then obviously it's got a PETG offset, I guess, or retract, and then that goes up to the top of the top and attaches to the plane. So at the moment it's only just sitting there with 3M. It's just removable. It was just a concept to get the height more than anything, just to see how it looks. So that's what we're looking at there. So what are you going to do? Are you going to do an offset wheel, or are you going to put them in the center like this here?
Oh, I think just the same. Just have it like that, but a lighter grade. Mr. Zeke says, what does the weight of, how heavy is the landing gear? I think is what he means.
I don't think we have a
we don't have scales here, do we?
no.
No, we don't have scales in this.
Like it would weigh something though.
It's heavy-ish. Yes, it's a little bit heavy, but well, that's what we're going to reduce. The original legs were made out of what, PETG?
Yeah, and then obviously what we want to do on this one is we want to add a suspension rod.
A suspension rod in there, yeah.
So you're going to need a pivot point.
I need a pivot point, and then we'll add like some sort of wire, like you were saying before there, Mr. Zeke. Maybe add some little spring, so that way we'll get a flat takeoff and landing, I guess. Yeah, but it's more of the takeoff for me. Just
I guess at this stage of the game they could be removable or not. It's undetermined, but we're mainly focusing on the mainly focus on the suspension.
Yeah,
like a car, right?
that's the one.
There you go. That's what.
Webcam, that's the one. Mr. Zeke says you don't have that figured out. You don't have that figured out on your 3D printer. It should tell you when you print it. We'll give you a rough estimate for how much weight. Oh yeah, it does. Just we never look. It's just one of those things. It does. It does.
Might make me fun.
Oh, it might be able, if we look back through all the files, we might be able to find it.
On the full lighting, that's what we.
And I think Happy RC said he's listening in, and he's uploading. He's unloading his truck. Right. He's packing for tomorrow. Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
I guess we designed it on here. Right. Thanks very much for joining in, guys.
There you go.
If you want to see the what we're looking at on the internet and stuff, you're welcome to join in on the YouTube. Just for the stream. All good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I'll put that up there so it's there.
Maybe I'll put a box in it.
Which one?
I'll put a box under the plane and we'll rip off a lid.
Okay. Right. Okay. So I'm just looking through to see. Actually, yeah. Maybe I can use it as a reference. It'd be kind of hard to see where it is in terms of weight. I'm just trying to figure out where the weight would be. I got. Yeah. Just thinking. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Do we have that lead design somewhere? We could just modify that one.
Yeah, possibly. I was just wondering what it would be under.
Otherwise, we'll redesign from scratch.
It'd be under that car, wouldn't it?
It's got quiet. Is it audio better now? Hopefully.
It's probably just us thinking. It's the sound of thinking is what it is.
Hang on, let's try that. Hopefully the audio's better now.
Yeah, hopefully. Should be. It's saying it is.
Saying it is at our end. So.
Hopefully it is. It's okay.
Says it's good at our end. Come on, audio, what's going on?
What's going on, man? Not sure where it'd be, huh? No.
No, it's redesign, it's fine.
Would it be helpful to use it?
That's fine, just redesign. Sounds better now. I think what happened was Richard left the microphone behind.
Yeah. I think I put it over there.
Yeah, there you go. Forget these things. Okay. What would it be under? Legs? No, just
Sure.
redesign. I think that's what I'm saying.
Alright.
It wouldn't be that easy to do it anyway.
Nah.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the plan on this one?
So just strip those legs off and then it's only just taped on. Okay, up here on.
Yep, she says all good.
There you go.
Let me take it off.
Hey, yeah, sure. I'll make sure I got the microphone still. There you go.
Alright, gotta.
Which
It
one
should be
you
okay. Just take them all off. No,
Just take one.
take one off. Hopefully you can do it without do anything too questionable.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Okay, so if you just join us now, we're just removing the, or trying to remove, shall I say, the 3-end wheels that we put on there just for looks. Well, at least that was the idea. Is it really stuck on there?
It's stuck right here. That's why I just design around. Just turn it upside down and just design it.
Okay. It'll be pretty original.
I can take it off. It'll take a little bit longer. Not a big deal.
Okay.
Ah well, we'll just design from there. Okay, so Richard will be designing and we'll just jump over and we'll do it like that.
Yeah.
There you go. Pop this one over here.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll swap cameras over and we'll get into it.
Save it here. Save it.
Save it name. But yes, we appreciate you guys all tuning in on Saturday for us. What did you guys get up to this week? Hopefully you had a good one and got up to something exciting, hopefully. Let us know what you've been up to. All good? Saved and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all good? Oh, okay, so we're going to swap the screen over and then let's get into it. Nope, that's just Richard from the other side. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so Richard can do that and I'll work on the leads. Colours.
Where do we start with from the
I'll
center?
just start with a square just like that.
Hey?
Just start with a basic square and then we'll work it from there. Okay, Richard.
Oh, okay.
Those dimensions is pretty
Are
much.
you going to do it from the side?
Hey?
You're going to do it from the side?
Yeah,
So you're going to
just
use the
like-
same
just like
wheel?
this. We'll just use the same shape and then we'll work it from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Okay.
She's all go. Alright, so what's the measurement? So I'll do some basic sketching coming up. How about a thin medium for landing gear, like 2 millimeters? Yes, that is one possibility.
Do we have any aluminium?
But
Oh,
then you,
I know
but,
what you
but,
mean.
but,
Yeah, like the legs on the.
but you wouldn't be able to do a, it would make it hard for suspension, right?
But the aluminium would take care of the spring action.
Yeah, yeah. Would it?
We got spring.
It's a possibility. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. It's a good idea. Harry's going to go and grab something that was similar to what you're talking about, we think. What are you grabbing now? Okay, here he is. Okay, I'll bring you up on the main screen. There you go. Okay, here he comes. You on your way or?
No, you're good. Oh, let me pick up the light.
Don't take out the light.
Okay, there you go. So
Okay.
on this one we took, when we made this guy, this one's made out of aluminium frame. And you can kind of see that one there. Oh, this is the lanyard that we made, by the way.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
lit aluminium
So
frame.
that's about 2 millimeters you're talking about. Yeah. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. It is entirely possible. And it is something that we may do.
What do you want to just 3D print?
But I think I really want to design it, so we'll just do it anyway. It was something that I wanted to do, so maybe we'll just do it anyway. So, but I guess the good thing is we have that as a backup, right? Yeah, I think so.
I've got sheet aluminium like this. Like this kind of thing. It doesn't matter, we can do it straight to planes, man.
Oh yeah.
I can see the 3D
Oh, I forgot we had that.
We can do that kind of thing.
How thick is that? I got it. I got it.
We can do that kind of stuff. bend it into straight structure, and then
So we've got this stuff. This one here. It's the aluminium strut, which is over here. See that? So we've got some aluminium.
this is 3 mil, so I think this one's 6 mil. So we can cut that.
It's about 3 mils, so it's a little heavier.
This is the same as
3.
Yeah.
So that's
So that's the we could do that as well, if you guys think that's a good idea. It's just standard straight aluminium. Yeah.
he says Zeke says or suggests it would be a robust for landing gear and give you some spring so it doesn't hit so hard. Well, I guess that's what this live stream's all about, isn't it?
Yeah. So you could do like a 90 degree like that kind of thing, and then that bolts onto there.
Just because you started with the plane doesn't mean you have to just
Yeah.
continue it on.
So you could do one landing there like that.
Am I in the way? I feel I'm in the way.
There you go. So one idea is you could go 190 that way, would you?
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
And then 190 like a 90 degree kind of thing.
Would you go forward or backwards?
Eh?
Oh, to the side.
Just got 90 degree, and then bolt this on the side on the wheel on this side.
Yeah. But then where's the spring on that? Well, you'd have to have it like that, how it's
You
offset.
go flat like that.
No. But see how he's offset to get that spring that we're talking about.
Mm.
Otherwise, if you're straight down, there's no give in that.
No.
You wanna utilize the spring, so you'd have to come in from like what here and then go along and then down set. You could do that.
Like what do you mean? Like from 90 degrees?
The good thing about what we're talking about is if you're like this, like that, for example, so square along the bottom, then straight down.
And then you have less drag coefficient.
You're less drag coefficient, and then also you have the spring. What would you do for the front one? It's fine on the it's a great idea for the front and the right and left.
Yeah.
What
So
would
you could do that on the front. You could 3D print the front one, and then put like a carbon rod there or something. You could put a carbon rod there.
Right. Interesting. Okay, hang on.
Hang on, we'll develop this. Why not? I have a 5 kg for his My Fly Dream Nimbus 2. A 2-meter plane, and it's still on there, so it must be pretty good then. Nice.
I've got 2 little carbon fiber rods. These little tubes. They're like 2 millimeters or so.
Okay. Yeah, so you can make design that part there that you're talking about. So you go carbon rod into the bottom of the fuselage of the plane, and then for the front. So then you can steer a bit, and then like a mount to that end, and then carbon to there.
So what you're saying is like straight, and then do what you could even do it with that. Couldn't you? No, you'd have to do it with 3D printing now. You do
Like our previous design. You can do it like
so
that.
like that offset and then down, man. Yeah.
He's
Interesting.
heading to another RC event in the morning. Oh, the things we do for RC. Yeah, nice.
Very cool.
What do you reckon, Jim? Solid idea?
It doesn't have to always be complicated.
Just normally it.
It just normally feels that way.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're gonna do? You're gonna bend it like there, go horizontally
Yeah,
straight.
you'd come back
No,
on
you
some-
wouldn't do 90 degrees.
Right.
Because if it's 90 degrees, then if it's 90 degrees, then you won't get the spring action.
It was negative 38 here last night. No flying till it warms up a bit. Man, that is
Toasty warm.
toasty warm. That's not warm at all. But wow. Okay. What happens at negative 38 degrees?
No, never been at 98.
38.
38 or 98.
Is that'll be Fahrenheit, not degrees Celsius? I didn't think.
No,
It'd be Fahrenheit.
it might. If
sounds pretty cold.
It's not Kelvin, that's for sure.
No, I don't. Not many people are measuring Kelvin.
How heavy is it?
I think that might be heavier than that.
That's what I'm thinking about. So we don't have a thinner piece then?
No, it's the only piece. But you can take out a piece that you can use like a part out of it. So you can cut it on an angle, so when it bends, it only bends one way. Or you can use carbon rods. You can chop this section out here, like as it were. Chop it out here, then put a bend in it. And just go flat piece to that, and then carbon rod glue that on the end, as it were. And then go 90 degree turn there.
Oh, you want to utilize this piece?
Oh, hang on. Mr. Six says, I literally had square tyres. There's a flat spot on your tyres when it's not cold, and it doesn't go away till you go down the road for about half a mile.
Wow. That'd be noisy. That'd be really noisy, right?
Happy says, is that negative, oh yeah, the Fahrenheit or 38 degrees. Negative 40 Fahrenheit. And Celsius is the same.
It's like Inception, man.
Wow, that is cold.
That is really cool.
That is. You're definitely a pullover if you went outside.
At least the jumper.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
No swimming.
Coldest I've ever flown was 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and the battery didn't even last that long. Well, I bet not. It need.
Was the battery on the inside of the plane? Because maybe it needed like a little
heater?
Heater.
Because you could make a heater for it, couldn't you? And power it from the like the balance
like a
lead
thermostat or something. Yeah. Interesting.
January we get negative 40 and 50 here. Wow. We never really get that cold over here. About the closest you can get is I might need to put a jumper on, and maybe a. That's about it, really, isn't it? Doesn't really get that cold.
No.
Maybe a couple of thermals. That's about it. But it doesn't get snowy weather or anything like that. Amazing, yeah.
That might be too heavy, do you think?
I think it was too heavy.
And there's nothing else out there?
No, this is the only piece.
Okay. Okay, so
Back to the 3D printing then.
Yeah.
This is a smaller piece than what we had for mounting it. Also, people did comment about the mount at the back there that we're talking about. They said they thought that maybe it was aerodynamically not so good. What do you guys reckon? I thought it was somewhat fine. I mean, we could change it a little bit, and just more of a functional thing.
You could,
sculpt it a bit better. It's not completely permanent yet. So
no,
there you go.
This is what we're talking about. This part.
What did it say? Oh, here we go. Zeke says we use hot paws and hand warmers. Yeah, nice. And put them on batteries. They almost weigh nothing, and they have sticky backs on them. That's a good idea. Lasts for about 7 hours.
Well, that's quite a decent time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think we've used hand warmers. You can also
I
cold
wouldn't
one
have
as
put
well.
into a battery then.
No,
No.
just
In general. That's a good idea.
just out in the first.
Happy says yes, it was a drone, the DJI FPV drone 6S, and when I punched it, land now. Warning.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So what's the plan, Sam?
Oh, just 3D print it, and we can always reinforce it with like a bit of aluminium rod or something like that with a spring. What do you think?
Yeah.
Should we try that idea, or should we try the middle version? Only downside with the middle version, I think it's actually slightly heavier than that piece there. Then that would be kind of counterintuitive to the update.
You can also taper that aluminium at the end so it's not that thick.
You can chop it. You can chop it down there.
What was
Is it against it?
straight?
Could do. You could taper it down like you said.
No, I think it's when you taper it as in like shape it.
Okay.
You don't really have a you really need like an angle grinder and cut that.
We can cut it to a basic shape on this laser. Yeah, to do the whole shaping and everything. I just put wheels on it. Put it on the side, tack, 3D print this part, stick that in to the end of that. So then that part's the give.
Yeah, but you need to do it like I said. You have to do it with the suspension angle. Like see how the bend like that.
Yeah.
The reason is so they got and give.
Yeah. Hang on. Richard got it. Yeah, nice. Sorry, I keep sidetracking you guys from work. Oh, shut up. No, it's fine.
No, it's fine. No, not at all. Because
that's how we.
there was a movie with what's his name? Abraham Lincoln, and that was how he thought.
Well, I think it might have been Abraham Vampire Slayers, but nonetheless.
And that was how he thought. So no, keep on coming by all means, because it's not like we've got all the answers or anything.
No. This is more of a we work together to get it done. That's the objective.
No.
I think what we're thinking of is like, get a pencil. Where's that? Okay.
Where?
Got a piece of paper?
Yeah, just there.
I think what
So he's going to draw some things out. Going to come up with some ideas. Now we've got the ideas.
No, we just need to implement them.
It might be okay then.
Yeah, it should be.
How would you get that nice and straight there? So,
I just bend it in the vise. Yeah.
no, I mean the cut. To get that nice and straight.
So, but you sure you can't just do like this kind of thing, like a 90? You can't do it like that.
Of course you can, but you wouldn't want to do it like that.
And then just put a wheel on the tack on it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to do it like that.
What is it?
Because like I said, that's no different. Hard. It's not hard fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd want it-
What we're talking about is that.
This
It's
is
straight.
very primitive drawing. Stick figurine.
Mr. Six is going to draw riches and flowers so you can put it on the fridge door next to you guys. Do you do what when you were kids? Gotcha, nice.
Well, that's very thoughtful.
There, thanks.
I think you might have to do something like that, dude. You fold there and then fold there. Just like that. And then pin through there.
Sure.
Wheel.
Yeah, you can add the bend in it. That's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
Not a big deal, it's fine. Bend it twice.
Bend it 6 times and you're good.
I think this is Richard's design.
I think my drawing looks better.
Hang on, that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Hang on, that one. That's the one that we're probably
That's my design.
like that.
Yeah.
I think so.
That way it incorporates the bend and flex. Yeah. Yeah, it's very detailed drawing. I even added a bit of shading in there.
There you go. Hang on. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, I think that's what you meant.
So you're going more for the traditional style. The good thing about this, the angle would be better for softening the landing. Yes. A direct 90 degrees is no different from what's on there. And we all know how that worked out. You could 3D design a mount that would
A mount, right, yeah.
slip into.
Yes. Let's do that. At the other
Yes.
end. For
But
the
we also need to do the other end too, the front. We need to do the front. So that
Front
would
wheel.
require some kind of cunning
Carbon.
plan.
Because we need the steering action, don't we?
But, mind you, it's only 3 wheels, so if we got 2 done... is
You're
only-
halfway there.
Well,
Okay.
No, over halfway.
Oh, yeah, you're 90%.
You're like
80 to 90%. Greetings from the frozen wasteland known as Canada, said Dan Zeller. Yeah, nice, man. Thanks for tuning in. We've got 3 live streams running at the moment. We've got the vertical, horizontal, and he's over here now. Wow, that was fast. Wow, I was just talking about that. Man, he's quick. There you go. That's how fast the Canadians are. So there you go.
really
Cheers.
onto it.
Thanks for tuning in, brother. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so far we've been developing the design, and it's looking good. And we're going to go with a more traditional style. I think the live stream has decided, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody decided.
We're going to go for a more high, whatever.
But
Anyway,
we're probably going to have to do that on the front wheel, because the front wheel is always...
and always
questionable.
interesting one. And I think for the front wheel, I think what we'll do is we'll go with a carbon strut design, and then we'll
It's
add
loosey-goosey.
loosey-goosey. Keep it all loosey-goosey.
And then that way the inverted rudder, which is back here, will be...
Steer it. Because
Pull that
it's
steer.
very rare for us. We never steer on landing or take off.
Have we ever had a... Yes, we have. So our F-18 does have a wheel at the front that can steer on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which is really weird when you're about to take off, right? Because you go for it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no, bit right,
A bit left.
bit left. And then, of course, once you're there, it has no effect whatsoever. You can go as left and right as you want. No effect.
And what is it? Dan, he's joining in from the east.
Nice.
Is that east side? Oh no, I can't make any gang signs. Sorry. Yes. There you go. Wow, 1.5 foot of snow. Man, that's intense.
All right, so get some measurements down there.
Get some measurements. We'll get into it.
Okay.
Now we'll move these cameras around so we can cut this aluminium. I'll bring that camera in closer too, so you guys can see. So we'll kind of mix the old school with the new school design. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
So basically, we're making a land yacht into this plane. Was that you?
Are you going to use those wheels?
I could do. Yeah, why not? We just reuse it.
Oh, those wheels?
Well, why not?
These ones here?
Oh, do you want to redesign it?
No, I mean you can use them.
These are here. These are here.
Okay.
Otherwise, we go for a lighter design. We'll just print
that.
at a lighter angle.
Okay.
Okay, let's get into it. Hang on, I'll just change that camera so you can see here.
It probably is too close there.
Wow, that's close. Yes, it's a little close. There you go. But yes, cheers for tuning in, guys. We appreciate it very much. Maybe.
Hang on. I'll put that there.
What?
Sorry. I'll put that on the cardboard box.
There you go.
That's
Okay.
right. We adjust our cameras in real time.
There you go. Hang on. There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, we need some measurements.
Okay. So you're gonna do on the vertical drop. It's
Just do the main vertical.
so on the vertical drop is 160 millimeters,
Yeah, sure.
and then should I do the front ones as well?
No.
The front one's different. So that's
No, just do the back.
That's from the center borehole.
160, is it?
160 millimeters.
To what?
That's to the borehole.
Oh yeah.
And, okay, don't worry about that one.
160, yeah.
Yeah.
To the ball.
And
Okay.
I guess are you gonna do it so it's like tape it out there like that,
Well, you're saying like this, right? Like slope and then down.
or you're gonna slope in and then invert back so you can go on the panel, right, attached to the plane.
Sure.
And then like that. Or would that be too much stress on that over 90 degrees bend?
You can go down, like you can go like down, then come back in.
But you could also go like there and then invert down like that. See, and that would be probably better because otherwise the other one's literally that and then over 90 degrees. It's like what 270. That might be a bit too much on that.
Okay.
You'll be stressed because it's aluminium, right? You can't overstress it.
So you can see there's a sound. I can hear you. I can really hear you. There you go. I'm inside.
I'll send you here.
There you go. It's like the Matrix. There you go.
Okay,
Sorry about the sound before. We're playing around with things. Okay, carry on.
So maybe 50,
50 along the top. Yeah, cool.
and then from there down is probably like
50 mil. Yeah. No problem.
it's like I don't know 180 from there. Oh, plus the pizza. Okay. Like most.
Are you going to bend them like this? One
Yeah.
way you can bend them like this.
So I was going to go bend there.
into
I was
this.
going to that, and then I was
Yeah.
going to bend down diagonally like that,
Okay.
and then straight again.
Okay. So Richard's just going to go for a sloped angle, just for looks really, and also. Yeah, well, we're just going for style points, man.
I thought it was for the so that way we could do the compression.
Yeah, that too.
Like this.
But
So
mainly
your-
style points.
Your compression's probably like. I'd hate to think what this angle is. Maybe like there. It's like 150.
Yeah, sure.
What's the break rate on this?
I don't know. We'll work that out when we make one.
150 from there maybe.
Yeah, 150, sure.
And then another vertical drop of like I don't know. 60.
Yeah.
I guess you're gonna have to overextend it, so you're gonna have to do like maybe 70 on that.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, so it'd be like that, and then you
So
go
50 plus how much?
150 there.
So 150. Yep.
Yeah, and then down from that. So that's the height of the wheels. That's probably like I don't know. We'll just go overshoot and go maybe 170.
Sure.
So measure that
So
up.
it's 50, 150.
Hey?
You said
50, 150.
Yeah.
And then maybe a downwards of like I don't know, say 70.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And
Well, we
then-
can always cut the short.
Yeah,
Cut
well,
it
we
short.
can't cut more.
We'll cut more and then I'll cut. Yeah, we'll cut it 3 times and then we'll cut it once.
Stand on one leg.
Stand on one leg, then hop on one toe. That's one. Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's all worked out, and we're going to get into the cutting phase. Yes. We are getting. I'll just change this camera over so you can see us. There you go. I'm back. There you go. And yes, so here we are in the workshop, and we are getting there. Hopefully, you guys are having a great Saturday, Sunday, Monday or Friday. There you go. From around the world, we're in New Zealand. We appreciate you guys. Okay.
That's my chair gone. All right.
Where's the chair?
What was the math on that? So just see how much measure we got.
Yeah, you got 70.
70.
Oh, yeah. Just do some calculations.
I want to see if we've got enough
Right, yeah, we've got enough material to make
enough material, because if we don't have enough material, it's going to be very short. Very short endeavour, this one.
Hang on. I'm just adding them together here.
He's
270?
270. So, 270? No.
Yeah, really.
More than enough. What was I worried about?
There you go. Just check those things.
What was I worried about, eh?
There you go.
What were they worried about?
Old school
So
stuff.
270, right?
Just doing it. Okay, so maybe I'll move that over so you can see her over there.
Oh, yeah?
Are you going to cut that with that, or are you going to cut it with the big guy?
What do you mean?
Oh, like a handsaw.
Oh.
Look at that. We will move this guy over there.
I guess what you do is you cut one just to see how it sits.
Yeah.
And then
Okay, I'll bring that camera over so you guys can see what's going on as we cut this guy.
oh yeah, yep. Bring that one up.
We're doing some configuration, bruh. There you go.
It's kind of interesting, like how you like manipulate all the cameras around.
Yes!
Check that out. There you go. There you go. What about this guy? What's he doing?
Yes.
Might be overheating this one here.
Yeah, yes.
Should I turn it off?
Yeah.
Thanks very much for joining in, guys. I'll turn it off. It's overheating.